Yes guys, welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the D.T.L. Let's give you a bit of an update on the D.T.L. We've had a bit of a pause on this for one reason or another. Mostly because people are just too fucking lazy to send their bids in, but you know. So I thought I'd do an update on this for the simple reason the results came in yesterday of Auction 7 and I took it a little bit personally. I was really AJ, you're a cunt. So basically, just to reiterate how it works, I'm sure you guys already know how this works. Of course you fucking do. The 7th auction, and surprisingly, one manager opted not to partake. Mark, you should have named and shamed whoever it was, personally. So for me personally, I lost out on all of my bids bar one. The only player that I managed to nab was Klaas Jensen. And with him in mind, Klaas Jensen, where are we? Because I've just added him to my little shortlist. There he is. So quite pleased that I got a player like that. I mean, I missed out on several players. You can see the players I missed out on. But AJ, the biggest bastard of the lot, he beat me to Ibrahim Saeed. I mean, I say he beat me, he also beat a lot of other players. He beat General Smuts, he beat Spectral, he beat Trunky. I mean, fucking hell. Everybody went for Saeed, didn't they? He beat me to Richard Knopper. He beat Redknapp, he beat Trunky, he beat Mark. He beat me to Daniel Van is it Buten? So, he spent a bit of money. So, credit where it's due, AJ. You know, you bid highest. Bastard. So, let's talk about me now then, and because I'm really special. So what I've done, did the usual shit, updated my own personal thread. I'm not sure if everyone does it like I do it. So, season 5, auction 6, I won nothing. So my bids remain the same. My balance remained the same. I did bring in this player here. I don't know if you can remember. I don't think I mentioned him before, did I? Oh God, fucking hell, I can't remember. Where did I put him? Where did I put him? I didn't even add him to my shortlist, did I? Can you believe? Ah, what a fucking idiot. So did I not add him to my shortlist? Right, no I didn't. Okay, let's add him to my shortlist now. So, I'll explain why I got this guy. And as you can see, I only got him for 100 grand. Yes, he's a shower of shit. I get that. Now, I don't know anything about this guy. So it's going to be one of two things. Either A, he's one of those random players that hasn't got a PA. So he could load up really fucking decent with a different age. I don't know. I need to check this really. Or he is shit, but that means he is also 14. Which means I'm going into Jimmy Savile territory here. You know. So I've got him purely as a squad filler. So a nice little fucking child there to add. Let's just check, make sure I've added the others, guys. I'm sure I thought I had, to be honest with you. Stephen Pearson. No, I haven't done Pearson either. So we managed to land Stephen Pearson for £2.4 million on auction 4. Very, very pleased. The problem about Stephen Pearson with ODB, Stephen Pearson is a good player in the ODB, but realistically, after season 1 or 2, he develops, and I fucked up there really. I should have really thought about it with Shane Tolley, but hey ho, it was only £2.4 million. And finally, I don't think I'm going to have this player in, am I? Pele Sorensen. I checked him out. I mean, he was only 300 grand. Got a little bit of versatility on him. He's a squad filler. He is a squad filler. So let's just add him to my shortlist. Let's just check Paul Iffel. I must have added Paul Iffel, surely. I must have. Let's have a look. Yes, I did. Okay. So, let's just, before I go any further, guys, let me just, so I don't forget, let me just save that. And let me just, I'm now going to show you auction 8. Now, there are only 3 auctions left. Now, just to remind you guys, it's a set amount of players on the auction. Unless there's any players from the previous auction that didn't sell, they'll be put into the new auction. That's what Mark means when he says the guy that didn't fail to submit a bid didn't even put any like free transfer bids. This is going to be a monstrous set of auctions, I believe. I've already submitted my bids, so let's take a look now then at D.T.L auction list, auction 8, and there we go. Now remember, just to remind you, we can only bid for 5 players, notable players over here. I mean, everyone's got their own favourite players for one reason or another. Maybe they had a save when a player was really good. I never heard of Stefan Postma. And the guys were talking about what a great goalkeeper he is. Bo Hansen, did he play for West Brom or Bolton or somewhere? Trying to remember who else was it that caught my attention on this list. David Beckham, well, Christian Warnes. There was a couple more. Ito, I think he caught my attention. Mehmet Scholl, he caught my attention. Gifton Noel Williams. You know, I mean, I fought long and hard last night, and I went through and I've sent my bids out. Now, the sooner everybody, right, let me just, a little message out here to you fucking slow coaches, right? The sooner you get your bids in, the sooner we can get results. Because this is the most exciting part, personally. So, the bids are all in for me. And I'm not going to tell you who I've bid for, because I don't want to give no spoilers. Oh, that's not spoilers. I know there's people out there who will look. If I tell you my bids, people out there will outbid me. No names or anything like that, but Spectral is a bastard. No. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I can't remember who the other player was that caught my attention. Sure, there was another player that caught my attention, but I forget who it was. But there are 2 more auctions after this. And Mark even openly said, somewhat of a whopping auction. Has your patience paid off? So what? Yeah, I know what I was going to say now. So when he says, has your patience paid off? What he's really getting at there is how much money does everybody have? So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's have a quick look at the updated finances. I don't even want to look at Chelsea. 81 million. I mean, I've got £42.2 million. Derm at Southampton, £54 million. So Ian over at Man United, he's got £1.8 million. Redknapp, big money for him. I mean, look at General Smuts at Leicester, £81 million. It's got to be a misprint. Bullshit, I call bullshit. Trunky, £56 million. Spectral, £81 million. I didn't realise. Oh no, actually I got that wrong. Mark, how convenient. The chairman has the most money. Mark, £82 million. Eversham, £18 million. You know, it's a bit of a mixed bag, really. There's a few managers that have got some real big fucking kitties there. I mean, there's 3 players there with 80 million plus. No, sorry, is it 3 or is it 4? 1, 2, sorry, it's 3, isn't it? You've obviously got a 50 million from Trunky. You've got a 50 from Dweverston, 50 from Derm. You've got a 40 from myself. You've got a 30. It's going to be an interesting auction. It really is. So, just to remind you guys now, because I read somewhere somebody wanted to participate. Was it Primo? Someone like that? There are 2 unmanaged clubs. So, keep an eye on that, guys. I know somebody wants to go on the waiting list. That might already be in motion, though. Mark already might have something in motion about... hang on a minute. I had to count, fucking twat. So, no, maybe they are unmanaged, but they're not available. So, my apologies. I think what that means is they were managed. I know that, yeah, of course they were, because that was Jeffrey and Eben. So, they're unmanaged. I think what it means is that those teams still have the players that were left from those managers. I think. So, and also just to remind you, reiterate now, guys, Mark did point out that this is the last one on ODB. I remember him saying, so after this we will go to updates where I'm going to be fucking shit. And also, just to remind you on something, and I need to know where I've got to go for this, so bear with me. Oh, look, do you know what? I didn't even spot that. That's interesting. Didn't even spot that you did that, Mark. That's a great call. Great call. Submitted squads, that's what I'm looking for, because on here we have all the unlocked. This is updated accordingly. So the most, I'm not sure which one's the most recent unlocked, but I know that they're all unlocked. 442 was the first one. I think it's that 532 attacking, the most recently unlocked. Excuse me. No one is on a strike at the minute. You only get a strike when you don't submit your team. You don't necessarily get a strike when you don't submit bids. I don't think. So yeah. So that is the D.T.L. Hopefully the next update I do will hopefully be after auction 10. I am going to have some time away from online. Got a bit of shit going on. So if you don't hear from me for a bit, it means I've probably died. Nah, in all seriousness, I might have died. So yeah, so just a really quick recap of myself. I never claimed to be the expert on D.T.L, and I've proved that by some of my fucking obscure dealings. No one in particular, Vieira. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time from me, guys, take it easy.